Hey Catherine.
Hi.
How you going?
Good.
That's good. Thank you so much for coming and sitting with me and having a little chat. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to have a chat to you, I guess, because you're representing sort of the teenagers, families of the world. And I think that there's probably a lot of people out there who are struggling with some connection with their teenagers. And I remember in the first class, I know that you've just finished your PET journey, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And you disclosed with your husband in the first sort of session that you felt like you had lost some connection with your boys, who are 16 and 18.
Yep.
And you'd seen the wheels on the family falling off, and that you were in a situation where you were quite desperate. You wanted desperately for some hope, that you could get that connection back, and that it wasn't too late. So would you mind telling us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, before the course, definitely the family was very disconnected.
Yeah.
The boys wouldn't talk to us. They'd just stay in their rooms and close the door, and every day the same thing would happen. Whenever you try to talk to them, it would always end up in a confrontation, in an argument. It just would never go well.
Mm-hmm.
But ever since taking this course, I've seen a massive difference. It's just huge. It's just amazing that the tools that you've given me with the active listening and the iMessages and the roadblocks, how in 8 weeks that I'm able to sit down with my boys in the lounge room and spend time with them, and they come and talk to me. It's huge.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely huge.
So, obviously there's things that have happened that you've had a chance to look at yourself a little bit,
Absolutely.
And your husband as well.
Yeah.
And then there's also things that have happened with the behaviour of your boys that you've noticed as well. So
Yes.
talk to me about the things that probably impacted on you as a person. What did you learn about you?
Yeah, look, it's very big that the fact that you actually get to see a lot of yourself that you don't notice when you do this course. It's a really big eye-opener. The old methods of what you were raised with, that you take and use those tools, but they don't work. It's just so non-effective. Yep. And with PET, the tools that you've taught me is just unbelievable how well I connect with my boys now. The communication is so opened, I can't even put it into words.
Yeah.
It's a dramatic difference, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just
And
amazing.
I think that's what all of us ultimately want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that we have a peaceful, stable family life, because I think that no matter what goes on in the outside world, if we can come back home to somewhere where we feel secure, where we feel like we can talk to each other, and there's limited conflict, then you can deal with anything on the outside world, really.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so you've shared with us quite openly in the classes the little changes that you've seen in the boys that you never thought were possible.
That's
and
correct.
We've all had sort of, a giggle, and we've shared in your joy. So what's been some of those things that you've sort of noticed?
Well, just the communicating with them. Whereas before, if they would ask or they'd have their needs, we'd all be sort of frustrated, and I would just say, no, we can't do this, or we can't do that, or I would never express my feelings.
Okay.
This has just really shown me how, by expressing my feelings and the reasons, how important it is, and how they take that on board without any hostility.
Right.
Whereas before it was always hostile. Now it's just incredible. If I just explain to them how I'm feeling and why it's not good for me that day, it's not an issue at all.
Right. Okay.
It's not an issue at all.
So you've expressed how it's impacted on you and why that's not meeting your needs, and they seem to accept that.
They seem to accept that.
Yeah.
Without a
Whereas
problem.
prior, you might have said just a blunt no.
A blunt no.
No discussion about it.
No discussion.
And so.
Yeah.
Yeah. then they just shut down and probably get angry, don't they?
They shut down.
Yeah.
They shut down.
Yeah, that's right. And so there's no nourishment then of the relationship. Okay. So you came with your gorgeous husband, and
Yes.
then there were some life events that happened, and he wasn't able to come to the rest of the classes. So probably came to around four or five of the classes.
That's correct.
And this is another really common theme as well, isn't it? That we're all so busy, and
Yeah.
if we commit to an 8-week sort of course, then we've got to have someone look after the children.
Yeah.
Sometimes babysitters are quite costly. How has that impacted on you with him not being here?
Well, I've noticed that the boys tend to come more to me
Yep.
than what they do to my husband.
Mhm.
So the tools that I've been given and that I use with the boys, they sort of seem to connect more with me than my husband. So he's definitely seen the difference.
Yep.
So the methods work.
Yeah, right,
They
okay.
really work.
So the boys have just instinctively know
They're
that they
drawn.
can, there's a two-way sort of conversation that can happen between you and them, and
Yes.
yeah, okay. And do you think that it's something that by not coming to the course that you can eventually pick up on if you just kind of read the book together and
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. Definitely, if he reads the books and we talk about it as a couple, and he learns from what I've learned, absolutely. I mean, it's a no-lose situation. This course is just incredible in that regard.
Yeah, that's great. So it's better for one to come than
none.
than neither of you come.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So what I've noticed these days is because of people's lifestyle, people are tending to take courses online, and they're not finding the time or making the commitment to go out and do a course like this. And I've got my own personal opinions in regards to that. I think that it's really important to in this society to be able to still connect, with people and to be sharing the parenting journey.
Yes, definitely.
So if this course was available online, would it be as impactful, do you think?
No.
And what have you gained out of having the experience of the group?
You need other people's input and seeing faces.
Yeah.
Seeing how people react, the emotion that's behind it,
Yep.
the feeling is really important.
Yep.
I don't think you'd get that online. It's not the same.
Yeah, I'd have
And
to agree.
you have that connection with the group when you do come. That's really important, to talk to one another and, getting other people's opinions.
Yeah, and I think also the common links between us all.
Yes.
Isn't that what we've noticed, that the issues that you're having in your home are just very similar to the issues that other people are having in their home, and I think that's a really comforting thing to know, that you're not out there on your own.
No.
That all of these issues, are common to all of us. So thank you. I really appreciate you having a chat to us today, and I'm so glad that it has made such a wonderful impact.
Thank you
on
very
your family,
much.
and I'm really glad to be part of your parenting journey. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.